Hello everybody, and this time I'm back with a dataset linear for the linear regression task. So we're back here. Why is writing like not bad but not good as well? Maybe this is the problem. So we are back with another dataset. So what I have done is I have imported these two things. This is like the necessary. Whenever you are going with a new data set, you have to do this thing. Okay, now imported. Now I'll read my data set because of course who doesn't wants to read it. So yes, I will read the data set, and you can see this is the data set where I have the age, sex, BMI, children's, like the person is having the children or not, is he or she smoker or not. So this data set is for the smokers. Set why should you leave the smoking today, and how much they are paying and where they are living. So this data set is mainly for the smokers, that please leave the smoking today. It's injurious to your health and to your wealth, and these two things are the only requirements for the human life, health and wealth. If you are smoking, you are losing both these things. So let's see what I have done with the dataset. Not so much a fancy things, it's just like how the dataset works. So that's why I have made this thing. So hope you like it. So this is the dataset. Then to read the dataset, like I have read the dataset, but if you want to see the gist of the first 5 columns, then this is the dt.head, because I have saved my dataset in dt. Then dt.head, so it will give you first five, and dt.tail will give you last 5. But I don't know why does everybody do that, because everyone is doing it, so I have done that. But it doesn't make sense, because here I can see first 5 and last 5. But yes, if you want to see spatially first 5 and last 5, it's up to you. Now that if you want to see like this is important one, like for dt.info. So if you go to dt.info, so in that you will see these things like the age, then you have the sex of the person, like this is all the column names, and how many values are there, how many null values are there, and what's the data type of that column. So yeah, this is like this you should do. This gives you what you say, the gist of the data set, how it is. So yeah, then if you see, like if you want to see the like how the age is, especially for the age, so if you see the age, you'll see that 1338 same, not null count. So these are all not nulls. And this is like data type. If you want to see the columns, like what are the columns in your data set, so this with the columns you can see like age, sex. So these are the columns which is in my data set. Now if you see the describe, in the describe function, what we can see is the count of the columns. Then we see the mean value of the column, then the standard deviation, minimum value, here is the maximum value, then top 25, 50, 75% of the data. So how these are divided, so you can see everything, like it will describe everything. Now dt.correlation, this correlation will gives the relation between each and every, like what's the relation between age and age. So it's 1, BMI and BMI 1, children and children 1. But children and BMI, what's the relationship, what's the percentage of relationship that they are dependent on each other. So it will show like 0.109272. So this will work in our heat map. It will not make sense over here. Might be like, why do I need that? But if you want to visualize the data, it comes handy to see the data. Here is like lots of numbers, it might not be making sense to you, but in long run it makes sense. Now if you want to see the how many data sets are null, so if you see like this, just this one, then come on, this is just false, false, false. But if you just write that thing as well and see the sums, like how many null values are there. So there is no null values in our dataset. We have the best datasets, you see. Now if you want to see the unique data set, the unique things, like what's in that, Like if you see the sex over here, it will give you male and female. But if you we have done it region, and I have seen the unique. So these are the four uniques we have. That's I have taken this one only because except for that, I think everything is in number. Yeah. So smokers is yes and no. Sex is male and female, and region is southwest, and the four. These are the four different ones. So it will make sense with the data set as well, and you will learn as well. So that's why I have done that. Now here what I have done is that just replace it with the like I have made a dictionary. So wherever if I in my in the what replace function does is it goes here and see southwest, so it will replace it with the one. Southeast, replace it with the two. Northwest, replace it with the three. So something like that. So it will just make a dictionary out of that, and like you have to make a dictionary and it will replace it according to that. So this is my key and this is my values, something to make a sense, like yes, this is how it works. So after that, like everything will be replaced. So wherever it will find these values, it will change it with 1 2 3 4. So now you have the numerical values in that. So if you see over here the regions over here, now it's the numerical values. Now this is one method. Another method which I have done is this lambda function. Now lambda functions comes handy, like, and this is only big thing in the Python compared to other languages. What lambda function does is it basically takes like one value and it like step by step it goes to your every values over here and change it. So firstly what I have taken dot apply. First thing is that you take a column name where you want to apply that, write that column name. What you have to do, I have to apply. Okay, now what lambda function is do is you don't have to create a function, then write everything, then return a thing. To make a function, you if you have done a programming, so you know one thing, that to do anything you have to create a function, then you have to write what you have to do with that thing, then you will return that thing, and then it will go, and then it will apply. But what lambda function does is as soon as you write lambda, the function is created. Now what we are doing, we have created a x values, which will maybe think it as like I taken the input as an x. So now it's the input. Now what x is, if x is male, it's 0, else whatever value is, it will give 1. So it is directly it is returning the values. It is not like making a whole lot of like function, then write a code to run every cells and then it will run. No, it is directly running, so it saves space and your time as well. So now we have everything over here. Now the only thing is smokers. Now I've done the same thing, and you see smokers has also done. Everything is ready for us. Now what do we need? Now we have seen the dataset in numbers. It was not making so much of sense. Now we need to see the dataset in figures so that it makes sense somewhat. For that, the best thing is matplotlib, and c1 is made on top of matplotlib. So it's like both same, sort of same, but like c1 is having more sort of styles of doing things, and that's why I like the c1 more. And of course, like matplotlib is the basic one, so it's having the basic things. c1 is made on top of matplotlib, so it's the advanced one. So if it makes sense. So what I have done is lmplot. What lmplot does is it will like plot your data set, and in regressive manner, if you see, like it's plotted my data set and given like some values over here where the most of my data sets are, how much it is, like as the ages are increasing, the charges are increasing or not. So if you see here, those who are smokers, so for us the smokers are like 1. I have given the 1 value. So those who are the smokers are paying more and those who are not smoking paying less. So smokers, get ready to pay more. Same thing with BMI as well. So BMI is for the like this area of the BMI from if you see like 20 to 40, those whose BMI is like that are paying lesser and are smokers. BMI is more and are smokers. BMI is less and are not smoking, so paying less. BMI is maybe less but smoking, then they still they are paying more. And if both are more, then they are like, oh, come on, they are paying too much. So what? Then yeah, this is what it is. Then what I have done is this I have made to show you like how you can plot a figure. So as soon as you write this, if this is row, this is column, what row and column does is if I say like 3 over here and print it, so you to see 3 cross 2. If I print it like 4, you see this is row times column. So I have done this. And now this is the figure size. If you change this as well, the size will change, which I don't want to change. I have done it separately to just to show you like how this works, because when I was learning, this was like for me, I was thinking of what it is doing, and I have to plot these many things, there many things, how should I do. So I thought maybe to make you like sense of it, how it works. So if you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, then you say you have learned it. So yeah, now here I have plotted a histogram and a box plot of BMI. So if you see the BMI is the median of the BMI is somewhere here. So I have calculated it as well, and it says that 30.4 is the median of my BMI, and that I have done it with the help of median function. So no need of such mathematics and everything. It's just that it's in the NumPy. So I'm done with that. And here also if you see it's in between. So what if you want, like you can see there is a outlier as well in the BMI. So BMI, if you want to see, you can remove it after 48 if you see. And there also if you see after 48 it will not make any sense. So if you want, you can just remove it, but I have kept it like just to see, like I'm not making to do something like extra from that, but just to show you like how the data set is working and everything. So that is what I have done. This is the heat map, and that thing I have said about the correlation. So that correlation I have kept taken over here, and with the help of that I have made a heat map. So the higher the violet the value is, the more it has a relationship over there. So here if you see, the charges are very much related to the smokers. So those who are smokers are very much paying the money. Of course they all are related to each other, but the charges and the smokers are the very much related to each other. So smokers, again, there is a chance you have to leave the smoking. But yeah, this is how I have done it. So now here what I have done, now we have seen the data set and we have learned that everyone is related to, and we don't want to drop anything. So we are using, because it's a small data set, but in big data sets you have to do a lot of things, like you have to remove some data columns, or you have to add something in that and do some calculations over that as well. But here we are not doing anything because it's just a small one, so it makes sense, right? So now I have made X by dropping the charges, and Y is our charges, because we have to predict the Y. This is basically for what is it's an insurance company, like whom the insurance should be given. Those who are smokers, don't give the insurance. Simple as that. Now train, test and split, taken that. X train, X test, Y train, Y test, extra train, test and split, X, Y, the size, the random state. This part, you have to write in everywhere. You have to write that, and you will learn as well. No need to learn it, but yes, you will learn anyway. That yes, train, test, X, X, Y, Y, and yeah. So now if you see the shape of that, so don't be in love with the shape of it, but yeah, this is the shape of our dataset now. The X shape, before it was being split, and now after the train shape and test shape, you see, if you add it, it will go to that place. I have imported the linear regression, fit the model, and like just done it, predict it, I have made R2 score. Like this is the best one for the regression one, but if you want you can do other validations as well, but I have done the R2 score. This is the R2 score, and you see that it's 75%. If I just add the score as well, it will see that 74.454. This is the score. Like we are getting a good thing, not best thing, but yeah, you have to make some changes as well. Like we can do some previously, as I have said, that we can do some calculations on the data sets, and we can modify our data set, or here we can add some more things like another type of like we can go with the this one, like maybe random forest. It will make sense. Yeah, it will make sense with the random forest as well, because it is mostly like yes no type of question, so it can make sense. But other algorithms also we can see knn and everything where it is working more, so in that case also we can. But I have just made here for the linear regression, simple as that. Because if you add more things over here in the first video, maybe you will be like, oh, what things are happening over here. But simply if you see, this is what's happening over here. Here I have written this thing. This will also, this is of no use. But if you run it and you see, this is like I have written like age is this much, sex is what is everything, and if you write and if you predict it like how much is he going to pay, then maybe he is going to pay $28,558. Yeah, so this is the charges which he is supposed to maybe pay. Because he's a smoker, I have made him a smoker and made her a smoker, because it's not always boy's fault. So just for fun, but yeah. So yeah, this is what it is for my data set. Hope you like it, and if not, do let me know. I'll just try to do something with that. Thank you.